Thanks for logging on. We begin with the tropics and the first named storm of this season. I'm Reed Cowan.
I'm Robin Simmons. It is named Alex, a tropical storm named Saturday morning. Let's get right to meteorologist Vivian Gonzalez with details. Vivian?
Hurricane hunters were out really early in the morning and by 5 a.m. determined that TD1 was Tropical Storm Alex, and throughout the day it's been gaining strength and forward speed. It's looking strong on satellite imagery. Watches and warnings are in effect, and it's definitely an area worth watching because once it emerges into the Gulf of Mexico, there's a degree of uncertainty as to what will happen due to the plenty of oil that's lurking out in the Gulf of Mexico. This is the latest statistics. Sustained winds at 65 miles per hour, pressure dropping to 996 millibars, and it's moving west at 12 miles per hour, and it is currently 30 miles east-southeast of Belize City in Belize. This is the official forecast track from the National Hurricane Center, and they have Tropical Storm Alex making landfall sometime tonight, weakening to a depression, then re-emerging into the Gulf of Mexico, gaining some strength to possibly a Category 1 hurricane and making second landfall over Mexico as high pressures nudging the system well away from the U.S. This is a close-up view of the forecast cone. By 2 a.m. it will be over portions of Belize, and then it will emerge into the Gulf of Mexico sometime early on Monday. Computer models are in well agreement that this is the general track and motion of the system. There are watches and warnings in effect from Cancun all the way to Chetumal, Mexico, Belize. There is a tropical storm warning also for the 3 islands of Honduras. There's also a tropical storm watch from the border of Guatemala all the way to Limon, Honduras. And there is another area we are watching, believe it or not, over the north of the northern Leeward Islands. The National Hurricane Center is giving this tropical wave a low chance for development, which is the good news at this point and time in the season. Upper level winds in the Atlantic remain relatively high. That deep tropical moisture we were talking about earlier throughout the week has stayed well to the south, so that's provided for a picture perfect start this morning. And this is a picture of the sunrise right around 6:40 a.m. this morning, taken by Louis Cruz, our audio engineer, this evening right around Northeast 96th Street and Bay Shore Drive. And what we can expect for our Sunday, overall just some isolated scattered showers and thunderstorms, and much of our typical summertime pattern will continue throughout the work week. That's a look at your forecast.
And day 68 in the oil spill emergency. Workers worry that oil seeping from the underwater leak will spread due to those storms Vivian told us about forming during this hurricane season. Though the current track of Alex is moving south of the oil spill, right now there's no telling what even a slight change of path could do to the cleanup effort. Meanwhile, thousands of people holding hands to protest the slick's slow advancement from the coast of Florida. Miami Beach and Fort Lauderdale not alone. Hands across the sand protests like this one going on all across the country.
What's going on with the oil spill is it's heartbreaking, man. Anything is better than nothing.
It is a simple, powerful image, and really the message is to send a strong message to President Obama.
Pensacola Beach, the first Florida casualty of tar balls and oil washing ashore in Florida. There is growing fear oil could spread even further south.
A global gathering resulting in large protests in Canada. A police car set ablaze in Toronto by anti-globalization demonstrators. They're rallying against the G8 and G20 summits happening there this weekend. Protesters also smashing windows in a downtown shopping district after veering off a planned protest route. Meanwhile, President Obama and leaders from the world's most powerful economies are at a G8 work session. During the summits, they are discussing resolutions for the economy, free trade, and the war in Afghanistan. Well, former Vice President Dick Cheney expected to remain hospitalized. Cheney was admitted into George Washington University Hospital Friday after feeling some measure of discomfort. The 69-year-old has a long history of heart problems, but it is not clear if his discomfort is heart-related. Doctors are running more tests.
Hundreds of people on the verge of being homeless are safe until Sunday. People living in the Brampton Court Apartments in Lauderhill have one more day to move out unless repairs to fix numerous violations are made in time, but that is not likely. Contractors are working on fixing rusted stairwells and several broken elevators. Inspectors condemning the entire complex because of the violations.
It's ridiculous how they're doing us. They're not giving us no explanation what's going on, or
no money back.
No money back or nothing.
Management for the apartment complex says the repairs should be completed within the next 10 days. So that means everyone has until noon Sunday to leave. No one will be allowed back until those repairs are complete.
That is 7 News on the Net. I'm Reed Cowan.
I'm Robin Simmons. For the latest news, stay with 7 News and WSVN.com.
Thanks for watching 7 News on the Net.